All right. Thank you so much and good afternoon all. Thank you so much for coming to our GeoWeek of 2024 with the theme of Go Beyond by Empowering Location-Based Decision Making. So first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Rifan as the Head of Sales of Bumifar Technology, and I will be opening and hosting our webinar today. So maybe just a quick background of GeoWeek. What is actually GeoWeek? So actually GeoWeek is the time where we celebrate our Geospatial International Day that are being celebrated by on the third week of November. And as for today, we're going to have a quick introduction about our company. So why are we celebrating GeoWeek actually? So BVT itself is a company that are focusing on geospatial intelligence and big data analytics. And this is our 6 years in Indonesia now. And then we also now going to expand our company to Vietnam and also Japanese. And then this event is now started in 2023, so just last year, with the topic of navigating the futures. On 5 days. So the day one, we have a theme of the importance of air quality data and its business impact. And it's hosted by co-founder of Navas Indonesia, Peter Jakubowski. And then day two is the topic Accelerate Property Business with Data-Driven Personalization, hosted by Head of Research of 99 Group. And then day three, Unlocking Growth with Location Intelligence, hosted by co-owner of Flawless, Paroni. And then day four, Elevating Business Strategy with Data Analytics, hosted by CBO of Akarinti Data, Paeka. And then on the day five, the topic is leveraging location-based data in the evolving property landscape, hosted by Pak Shenreno from Real Estate Indonesia. However, special for this year, GeoWeek will have a very insightful speakers. So this year we're going to hold it in 2 days. And as for today, thank you so much for participating onto this event. We have a very insightful speakers. Today we have General Manager from Densus Open Indonesia, Pak Nokita Sang. So thank you so much, Pak Nokita Sang, for attending and
Yeah,
participating in our GeoWeek.
yeah,
How are
thank
you
you.
today?
Yes, thank you for inviting. I'm very fine, so I excited. So yeah, appreciate about this. Thank you.
All right. So Panokita Sang will share with us his success story on boosting lokasi in financial industry. As we know, Densus Token in Indonesia have helped many financial institutions in Indonesia such as Bank Indonesia, Busan Auto Finance, Adira Finance, Bank BTPM, Mandiri Utama Finance, BCA Finance, and many others. And here we would like to highlight that location data can also give a benefit in more use cases. And on the other side, we also have our founder and CEO, Martin Darpilowski, as you know from LinkedIn. So he's funding this company from 6 years, and actually, his background was not really in technology, rather in investment banking, and he also spent his time actually in Japan. So I think it's pretty much quite coincident and in a good way to have Nokita-san here also. Therefore, we can also speak that actually this type of solution can really be implemented everywhere, not only in Indonesia. So I think, thank you so much, Martin, for your time today. And I think without
Thank
further
you.
ado, we would like to give the time for Nokita-san to share the topic for today, location insight for financial industry. Please, you can have your time, Nokita-san.
Okay, thank you, Rival-san. So at the first moment, yeah, congratulations you for the uh yeah the the result of the game, the Indonesia and the South Africa. You win yesterday.
Thank you.
Yes. So, and also, I'm sorry about the difference of the pictures of the invitation and myself. So a little bit change my face. Yeah.
No problem.
Sorry about that. Yeah. Anyway, let's get started. Yeah. Thank you for. Can I share my screen?
Sure, definitely.
Okay. 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 Yeah. Let's get started. Okay. Yeah. Can you see my screen?
Perfect.
Okay. 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 Thank you for giving me this opportunity, and I'm very excited about this. So, yeah. before I start this presentation, I want to share my impression of Lokashi. Can you hear my voice?
Yes,
Clearly?
clearly.
Okay. So the first time I look Lokashi, so I'm very surprised because the Lokashi has a good feature and also a good user interface. And also, the product will produce the variable data very in the なんだろうね、fast, very fast ね、to provide, can provide the data. So, so I think this solution have a lot of opportunity, also potential, power. Yeah, that's I want to say in the first phase. And yeah, and also not only me, but our customer, when we visit to the customer site and with BVT members and present demo to the customer, in that time, customer almost always are surprised and interested with this solution. So I'm very confident about this solution. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Honestly, I like this solution. So
Thank you so much.
yeah. However, I think there is challenges. So what I think is the challenge is how to connect to the customer's actual business or actual issues. So that is a challenge for us, in my understanding. So that's why this webinar or something discussion between product side, PVT, and also our reseller, or of course, the customer, and also today's attendees. So this is very meaningful for the Lokashi's future. Yeah. Okay, so let's get started. Okay. Yeah. So today I prepared this document, Boost Lokashi in Financial Industry. So before jumping into the certain topic, I want to introduce myself and also my company later. So yeah, I'm Chikara Nokita, the stereotype Japanese businessman. It means I dedicate to long time for the one company. So you can believe or not, I don't know, but I only worked the one company. Then this is Dentsu Soken.
Standard in Japan. Standard in Japan.
Yeah, this
One
is
company. One company.
all
Man.
Japanese dedicate.
Very different.
Yeah.
Very different to Indonesia. Very different to Indonesia.
Biggest advertising company in the world, and they are conducting something like World Cup soccer games and also Olympic games. Yeah. And also, of course, General Electric. This is the manufacturing company from the home appliance to the jet engines or something. Yeah. So in that case, what the business is, business of us is time sharing service. It means GE has a big host computer in US, and Dentsu has a lot of customer in Japan. The customer want to use the host computer. In that era, there is no internet and also no personal computer, but we offer the service. Time sharing. Time sharing means sharing the host computer by using Japanese customer, like that. So we start with such like business. And nowadays, we also implement the application for the customer. So what I want to say is our company basically help the customer's business. So in that case, first of all, we have to know about the customer's business and also customer's current issue and problem. And I can consolidate the solution or using some like software or something scratch development and offer the solution to the customer. That's our service concept.
Yeah.
So it means we are always neutral when choose the software or product to offer our customer. That's why if I find a good solution, I want to present to our customers. So now I found a good solution locally. So I want to discuss how to offer to our customers. Yeah, that's the point. So yeah, that's this is our company in Indonesia. So Dentsu Soken based in Japan, of course, but Dentsu Soken has a lot of branches all over the world, like New York or San Francisco or China, and also Europe, so London or Deutsch. And yeah, of course, we have a lot of branch in Asia, like Thai and Singapore, and this Indonesia. Yeah. So in Indonesia, we started our project from 2013, and employees 60, like that. Mainly, our customer is manufacturing industry and also financial industry. So 60% of our revenue is come from the financial customers. So we have a lot of customer in Indonesia, like 11 banks and 5 insurance company and 30 much finance company. So I'm in charge of financial industry. So that's why I want to discuss about how to boost in the financial industry. Yeah, that's all. So, okay, this page, maybe you know some of the company. Yeah, that's all. There is our customers.
Wow.
Okay, yeah, I want to start about how to boost the financial industry. So mainly, I divided the financial industry like bank, insurance company, and march finance. Of course, as a type of business existing financial, but yeah, today just only 3. And yeah, and I think a lot of use cases. Besides these, I come up with something, so I will share after. But mainly our use case is, I think use case in the bank financial industry like this. So if the point of view from bank always want to expand the ATM maybe or or branch, and also want to analyze the current ATM performance or branch performance. So they want to need to analyze these things. And also when they create some good product, financial product, they want to sell like broadcasting. So in that case, they want to campaign on the certain site. And also, of course, the salesperson in the financial industry, they want to sell their product or service to the directly to customers. And yeah, merge finance also same as the bank, but the difference of the is the insurance company. So insurance companies also have the or general insurance or car insurance or health insurance. So yeah, one of the insurance type, like general insurance company, they want to know about the natural disaster risk to analyze the risk of that area. Yeah. So one by one, I want to talk more detailed. So those use cases, of course, Lokashi can help. So let me explain one by one. So ATM expansion and branch analysis. Okay. So if you are the something like the PIC, the PIC need to analyze or report for the next year's planning or something, and to the management. Yeah. Okay. So hey, where should we expand our ATM or branch? Please report by the end of this December or something. So in that case, currently, if me, I have to check the whole ATM address from the homepage of Bank B or Bank C or Bank D. And also I'll check the branches of what bank has how many branches that the competitors branch or ATM has or something. So it's yeah, as you know, take long time. So so take a long time means take long time means that's take use a lot of money. So saving cost equal to saving time. Time is money, like that. So in that case, Lokashi can help. I know Lokashi the POI, point of interest. If you use this function, you only have to select the ATM and branch by click, and also you only choose the area. That's all. That's a necessary operation. So after that, wait a few minutes. The result will appear to your screen. That's very impressive, and of course, help the customers' business. Okay, so next, if you are the PIC of a marketing division from the merge finance or a bank, so your boss say, please do campaign because I want to sell this new product to many customers or something. In that case, we have no method how to campaign. So of course, you can use the advertising company or marketing company. They can offer you some suggestion, but you want to know what is the way to the best effective way to campaign. So nowadays, after COVID-19, I understood many people go out and gathering the certain point like a good mall or a good station or a stadium, I don't know, but some of the real estate is the lot of person there. So it means real site campaign is very useful when you want to sell something. So in that case, maybe telco data from the Lokashi, that's very useful for considering where to campaign. My understanding. And also area mapping of potential customer. It means Yeah. If you are the person, the rookie of the bank, so it means start from this April. And when your boss say, please sell this new product one by one to the household, to this area or something, and show you the map only. So in that case, you have no idea how to how to manage this task. Yeah. So if you have no idea, you have to do one by one, from the top right to the bottom left or something. So it take a long time. So but no choice to do that. To do that. So in that case, you have to check previously the area potential. So using demography and of course SES. This is the most helpful tool to the rookies, I think. Yeah, and as for the confirmation of natural disaster risk, it means maybe general insurance company always do the confirmation of the disaster risk of the certain area. So if you know the customer's address, you have to check about the risk of that area. So maybe if you don't have the good tool, you have to
Credit scoring.
Check or something like get information from a long process or something. Yeah. So it's also helpful. In my understanding, Lucas can show these risks easily. So I think this is good for that person. So more two topics I want to share. So one is if you are the PIC of loan manager or something in the multi-financial company. So loan manager always check when you when you lend the money to the customer, you have to check the collateral.
Yeah.
And also, especially real estate. So it means, of course, there are some document to check the value of real estate. But if you can use the locacy, you can also recheck about the latest rate of that land. I think so. Yeah. And the last one is I think if you are the person of the consumer finance, in that case, consumer finance means they issue the credit card to the customer. So you want to know your customer always what kind of person using money, especially where and when they are using their money. So these maybe these similar data can extract from the locacy using telco data or demography, I think. So and connect to the internal data of the consumer finance. So it means internally they have the data from the customer. That's for example, customer A using the lot of money in the certain restaurant or something. So connect these local data and internal data. That's create more variable data or analytics. So in my understanding, So that's all. That's all from me today. Sorry, the short presentation, but yeah, if you have any suggestion or question, please give me.
I see.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Nokita-san, for the presentation. It was very insightful, to be honest with you, because I do believe that some of our audience also coming from financial industries.
Oh, yeah.
And from what so I think they can gain a lot of insight through these sessions. And also from the use cases that you mentioned, I do believe that some of it that we also cover here at BVT. That's why we're really looking forward to working with Dentsu Sokan, not only in Indonesia, but also in other countries as well. We do really agree the fact that by combining internal and external data, yeah, it could really be pretty much helpful to make a business decisions. And all of your use cases, it was pretty much fit perfectly with the topic today. So thank you so much for the presentations.
Okay,
And
okay.
as Nakita mentioned about the use cases in financial industries that can be done through location data. So I would like to ask Martins here, what is your thoughts implementing those type of solution, not only in Indonesia, but also in other countries, Martin?
Well, first of all, I think I might try to hire Nokita-san. He's a very good, very good salesperson for my product.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, very
Yeah,
good.
please
Because
consider about that.
yeah, very good. Obviously, BVT is a Indonesian company, but actually founded by myself and my partner. This is why, having spent 12 years working there,
Yeah.
and so yeah, that's why now we've got a product that works, fully in Indonesia, and we also plan to open in Vietnam as well. So lots of changes going on at BVT, but it's very exciting. I was very interested that you predominantly working in the finance world, and do you know if in Japan that the companies you support, are they using location analytics software in Japan, or is this kind of a new concept for you? Because recently I went to Vietnam. I met the number 2 in Viettel Solutions, and actually this is a huge conglomerate, Viettel. Actually they never really come across software like ours before, which is very interesting to me because they now want to partner with us and many opportunity. Now we are aware that globally there are some competitors, but it's still a very new market, really. There's only a few players. I mean, have you had much involvement in Japan with location analytics software, or is Locasi kind of new to you? I mean, just wonder.
Yeah. I didn't search in detail, but I think there's no similar solution in Japan now. So yeah, of course you have the opportunity in Japan as well. So I want to help as a salesperson, as a second business.
Very good salesperson.
Yeah. No joke. Yeah, there's the not similar solution, and also they have a lot of opportunity. But maybe you have to create something like data security regulation or government regulation or something. But maybe you know well about it, so I'm not afraid about that. Yeah, yes, like that. Let's go to Japan. Maybe Martin is don't moving now. Yeah.
Quite crazy. So thank you for the answer, Nokita-san. So while waiting Martin to back online, I believe that Dentsu Sokan have been leveraging many type of externals data to write onto the use cases that you have at the moment. So because we're talking about location data, maybe before this, have you been leveraging also location data onto the use cases that you give to the client before?
Of course, some of idea, the actual customer gave. Okay. And now talking about the actual user requirement or something. Sorry. So, yeah, actually, some of the use case I present today is come from the actual customer. So means they want to connect to their internal data with locacy, and also, yeah, just using locacy. So they want to solve their issue by using just only locacy. That's some of the use case can resolved.
I see.
About that. Yeah.
Sorry, I lost you there. I lost you there for a minute. It must be the internet connection. No, I was just saying that in Japan we plan to work with data partners. So like KDDI is one data partner, people like that, right? Same as Vietnam. We won't collect the data ourselves because it's not scalable. So I want to take this product globally, starting off with Vietnam and Japan. The reason we chose Vietnam is because the growth in the market, the potential in the market, and the fact that there's nobody really there. And the reason we chose Japan, obviously, is because I spent time there. We have good connections there. But also Japan has, I think, the second largest number of global brands after the US. So there's a lot of opportunity in Japan to talk to the head office at Uniqlo, the head office at Tokyo Marine, and get them to implement our software across all their different countries. So this is a chance as well. And also because of my partners, I think we have access to the right people in Japan. So that's so I think it's when we go to other countries, the plan is data partnership. So yes, combining the client's data with our data, but our data will come from in Vietnam, it will come from Vietmap, Viettel, and in Japan, it will come from KDDI or Mapfan, who used to do the satellite navigation for Toyota cars, for example. So I think the model is slightly different, but so the data responsibility will be less ours. But it's all anonymized data anyway, so it's not private individual data.
Yeah. By the way, Nokita-san, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I think the sharing is still on. Could you help me to click the stop sharing onto the Teams of yours? Okay, thank you so much. All right. So I would like to ask a question for Nokita-san. So which sector do you see the most that going to be impacted by the geospatial technology outside financial industry? Because I do see that from your slide, yeah, not only financial industry, but you also highlight about, I think I do see some retail logo as well onto the presentations. So outside financial industry, which sector do you think that is going to be impactful and being helped by the geospatial intelligence?
So your question is besides the financial industry, is there any opportunity? In my opinion, okay. Okay. So actually, yeah, our company has manufacturing customers, many manufacturing customers, but by now I didn't consider about selling manufacturing industry. But if let me think about that. Maybe they have some opportunities. And also, as you know, we are approaching the food and beverage industry. They, already use many companies in the food beverage company, but also I want present this solution to our customer from food and beverage company, and there are a lot of opportunity. Yeah, I think so. And not only food and beverage, but also some retail So yeah, Madison says like a Uniqlo or something. Yeah, that's every customer that's want to expand their outlet needs this solution, I think.
It's
Yeah.
not me, I don't. This time it's them.
All right, thank you, Nogita-san. So now to Martin, just mentioned about the help of system integrator for a principal company and for a company that providing a solution like ASEAN. So Martin, how do you see the system integrator is going to help us later on in the future to make this type of solution can really be implemented anywhere else?
Right. I mean, so we started this business 6 years ago, and we basically started it by knocking on doors. We had this idea. I'm not a technologist, I'm a financial guy. So I had to hire the people, and we basically built the product, and then we had to knock on doors and see if the product's good and try the product again. And it was very hard to start from zero because everybody asks for use cases. And it's chicken or egg situation. I'm knocking on the door of people, and people say, come back when you've got 10 clients, come back when you've got 20 clients. And I'm like, well, if everyone says this, how can I get a client? This is a problem. And although we weren't perfect, we wanted to test our software and see if it works. So I was lucky in the end. I'm a salesman, basically, like your good self. And I ended up calling a few companies like Janji Jiwa, XXI Cinema, and they decided to give us a go. They said, okay, and we're not like a normal startup. We don't have money to burn, so they paid us. It wasn't free product or anything. So luckily, the first 2 clients, they paid us. And I think dealing with them give us like a starting point because people actually believed us, right? And then COVID came, and it became more of a problem because F&B and retail just kind of disappeared. So I think selling as a company direct to clients is very difficult, right? And it takes a long time. And in Indonesia, I've had to go knocking on doors of company owners, ministers. Often in the mid-level, it's quite difficult to get the right person in Indonesia, that is. So yeah, I mean, if you want to scale a business, there's no way we can operate the way we have so far, as in have our own sales team. And we of course, the way to scale this business is working with partners in different countries, different people. So I think the people who are system integrators are very close to their clients, whether it's in Japan, whether it's in Indonesia, whether it's in Vietnam. Viettel know their clients, Dentsu know their clients, and Metrodata here know their clients, right? So we believe it's a far easier way for us to scale the business, so we can focus and we can get more feedback on our product, and our product can be improved all the time, and it allows us to sell to more clients, get more of a diversified. And it's also it's not really we can't hire a sales team in every country in the world, right? It's not our capability or our capacity right now, and we'd rather work with the companies with big names. I mean, obviously, I've lived in Tokyo. Obviously, I know Dentsu Tower very well in Shiodome, so I know that name in Japan has a brand, right? When I tell my Japanese partners that I'm now working with Dentsu, they're like, "Good one, boss." It's got a big brand like Metrodata has here, like same as Nomura or any of these big boys. It's kind of name recognition when you've got a brand like this working with you rather than you knocking on the door yourself. So yeah, I mean, I can't start in Vietnam like I started here because it takes too long, right? I can't do it. So of course, work with Viettel, work with Dentsu, work with the people who've got the clients already, who understand our product and want to solve issues. In Japan, yeah, I have a level of connections in Japan with very high level people, but still, it's not scalable to go and get an introduction to Yanai in Uniqlo, right? It's what I've done here. I can get the introduction, but it's not scalable. What's scalable is to work with the partners like yourselves and maybe NEC and other companies there who can actually introduce our products, and then we can improve our product based on what the clientele feedback is, because we know what's right for Indonesia might not be right for Vietnam, and it certainly might not be right for Japan, because obviously Japan is more advanced in technology, and I'm aware of that, and that was one of the reasons I didn't go to Japan earlier, despite some of my partners asking me to. We have to get the product more robust, more strong, before we can go into that kind of market. You know, I've worked in that market. I know them. I know the business. I have friends there. It's very technologically advanced compared to Indonesia. So I am aware that what we need to do is more. We've got to be better. So we got to focus on that. But yeah, the way to build my business quicker is working with the people who are the experts with their clients. They know what their clients need. You know, I think I know what their clients need. I'm trying to produce a product, what their clients need, but I don't know. I don't work with those clients every day. So if I want to expand this business from a global perspective, you know, starting with Vietnam and Japan, the only way is really to work with system integrators who can really help, you know, help with the process, help the client understand the product, and has that relationship to be trusted by the client.
Thank you. Yeah, I totally agree with your opinion. So it's mean, yeah, BVT had better concentrate or focus to improve your product, and that improvement come from the feedback from the customer. So in that case, yeah, as like our company need to access to directly customer and ask customer what is the problem, their issue, and know their business or know their current cost, yeah, by doing something manually related to the location analyze or something. Maybe they are now taking long time and much money. So yeah, so yeah, I want to know about the customers' current situation and also compare to the product solution cost and their current cost. That's obviously the advantage this solution has, I understand. So how to express this is a very important point. So yeah, we need ask first to customer and hear and gather the lot of information from our, not only our customer, but our future customers, right? Yeah. So yeah, I'm very agree with your opinion. Thank you.
Well, I think it's like going back to when we start BVT, you know, as it's a new software, we really have to be business led. We have to, many company is building software, but they just keep like prototype, right? And no product, right? So yes, we maybe launched our product too early, I understand. But the problem is, the benefit of launching a product early is you really get to learn from the cycle, the client cycle, what they want, what they need, and what can improve and what can really add value to their business. So by doing the business-led startup company, we've managed to like improve the product. Now we still need to improve more all the time. I think, you know, we're talking at the moment about some changes we need to make to take the business into Japan, and you know what, because again, it depends what your competition is, it depends what your price point is, and obviously, and again, working with established partners also is very, very important in Japan, right? I mean, you know, I know how it is. Japan's a place where it takes you a long time to build up trust with people, but that trust can be destroyed very quickly. And, you know, having spent so many years there and 20 years working very closely with the Japanese, I kind of understand that mindset and understand that brand is very important in Japan for us. People want to make sure that, you know, I don't think it's easy for we're a startup from Indonesia, let's go. I don't think it's really workable in that respect, right? Because, you know, Japan's a different market altogether. Everything's not about cost, it's about quality. So you're in different countries, people aren't going to negotiate with you like they do here on price, but they're going to want to make sure there's absolutely no problem. So everything's different, but I think certainly, you know, by keep testing with our clients, we've managed to get more feedback, learn more, which has allowed us to improve. Now, the more we deal with system integrators in other countries like Japan, obviously, and companies here as well, but we're going to learn more about the Japanese market as well in a much quicker way than I can learn myself. Because to be honest, I retired 10 years ago and I've spent 6 years doing this now. And I don't have time to do this for 6 more years in Vietnam and 6 more years in Japan, right? So I need a way where I can distribute my product at a much quicker rate than I'm distributing my product now. I mean, we've got 50 clients in 6 years, or over 50 clients in 6 years, which we've had COVID, remember, and the product started from zero. So this is not bad at all. But I want to have 50 clients in Vietnam next year and 50 clients in Japan the year after. That's how you get to the stage you need to go to. That's the only way that I'll make money out of this business, because I mean, this business, I'm the founder, but I'm also one of the investors. So it's not like I'm here on a short term to get paid. I need this to work for me and my partners, right? So yeah, I think it's very key to be working with the right partners in the right location. Like again, coming to Vietnam, Viettel, I just looked at the biggest companies in Vietnam and I tried to connect with them. And the number 2 took a meeting with me, amazingly enough, just from LinkedIn. But it shows that if you've got a product that's interesting, people will listen, People are bored of listening to the same thing every day, the same product. But one thing I would say about what we do, getting the meeting is a bit easier, as you say, because there's a level of interest because they don't see it every day. It's not something that every salesman has, When we first talked to Metrodata here, they'd never really worked with this kind of company before, even though it's the biggest distributor of technology products within this country. They deal with a big US. They'd never even dealt with Indonesian software before. They'd only dealt with the big global players, right? So I think it's essential for a company, for us to scale, that we work with experts who know their clients better than we do, because we can't know all the clients in every country, really,
I see. Thank you for the explanations. So we were discussing about selecting the right partners, right? And I believe Nokita-san also mentioned that to select a good partner, yeah, you need to have a good products. And I do believe that I think that many company and many software house as well that would like to partners with Dentsu Sokon, right? Maybe can you tell me a little bit more on that, on how you select like the right partner or a good partner with?
You're on mute. You're on mute, boss.
Yeah. So can you share me a little bit more, maybe, Nokita-san, on how you select the right partner for Dentsu Sokon? Because I do believe that many type of solution company that would like to partner with you as well, right?
Okay. That's okay. Thank you. So yeah, we always open the door for all solution business partner. But yeah, of course, we don't contract with contract or partnership with a similar solution. So yeah, as I said previously, when we found a good solution or a good partner, we directly and as soon as possible we can collaborate. So how to find the good partner is like we are checking the Gartner report. Do you know Gartner? That's a research company.
Yeah.
Gartner. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, or something. Our HQ has something like that division, and that division always find a new good solution like that. But for me, I find this lokasi in Indonesia, so I'm very happy to that. So yeah, I want to not only help your business, but also I want to help our customer or future customer with this product. I think so. So explore this solution is my my dream now. Yeah. Is that answer for you?
Yes. Thank you for the
Okay.
answers. And I think we have one final questions for both of you. And one moment. So I would like to ask, what will be your predictions for the next 5 to 10 years for geospatial technology across ASEAN? Maybe coming to Martin first.
I mean, as you say, it started from a very low level, right? You know, we look at the figures for geospatial and growing by 16, 17% a year, but actually Indonesia's hardly started. You know, I remember when I first came to Indonesia, talking to some people, including the family who own McDonald's, and telling them about what I can provide, and they looked at me like I was like some kind of alien. Like, what are you talking about? We don't use this in Indonesia. We use Feng Shui. We have a different approach. We visit the sites, and I'm like, well, how can you grow the business so quickly if you do it like this? Because it doesn't make sense. I mean, you know, I have no tech background at all, but when I see this opportunity to invest, it made real sense to me because I realized in US and Europe everybody uses, and Indonesia is logistically challenged. There's lots of data, and it's all over the place. It's messy. So Indonesia started from kind of zero. It's like, and even now we are just, I think we're the biggest, obviously, but it's just starting when you look at the graphs. Whereas Japan, Korea has a more established market. You can tell by the revenue from these different sectors. So I think it depends different part. I think Japan is a more already market which is established. Whereas I think with Indonesia, it's really still look like kind of blue ocean territory. There's more and more players trying to get into the market because they've seen our success. But you know, it's not that easy to do what we've done. It's been very, very difficult. So, but how I see the market moving, I think within the next 5 to 10 years, it will become the norm for companies to use location intelligence. Because if you look at things like Boston Consulting, they've done reports saying that using location intelligence can add to a number of different factors in your business, from customer satisfaction to revenue. It can add between 30 and 100% in some cases, which is kind of staggering numbers when you look at it. Now, when you add that into Indonesia, where you've got a lot of things being decided because of, to be honest, corruption, you know, under the table money, decisions are being made for the total wrong reasons. So you can see how companies, owners of companies, and will want to actually be able to see if decisions are being made objective or subjective. Is this decision made because it's the right decision for our company, or is this decision being made because somebody's got a relationship with somebody? That kind of thing, right? So different for different markets. I do believe that in Indonesia and Vietnam, I think it can potentially become the norm. Like SAP, for example, everyone just uses it because they do, because they need to do, because it adds to their revenue, it makes sense. And that's why I want to work with the system integrators to go to mass market. You know, I want to go to the next level, to max market. So I think massive growth in those countries. In Japan, it will be different because, you know, in Japan, I think what will be slightly different is, and what my approach is, going for the Japanese companies, but for their global business. You know what I mean? Because obviously Japan, a lot of Japanese companies are investing heavily in Southeast Asia and elsewhere, but Southeast Asia. Uniqlo, a lot of these companies. One of the reasons they're investing so heavily in Southeast Asia is because obviously the demographics in Japan are not the same, right? So Uniqlo are not going to keep opening at the same rate in Japan because of demographics, and therefore they're going to open elsewhere. Now, having talked to Uniqlo, they are a very top-down business, so they don't really trust their local offices to be making technology decisions. You know, they want the decisions to be made in head office in Tokyo. So yeah, I think in Japan there's a lot of potential in Japan, but it's a more mature market already. We can see that from the figures, the growth, but it's not hugely mature compared to other. I mean, location intelligence isn't hugely mature anyway, really, compared to other sectors. If we look at, you know, many sectors out there, but I think in Japan, one of the real, I think, growth potential is to hit all these companies, go and talk to all these big companies, and, you know, who are expanding into Vietnam, in Philippines, in Thailand, and say, guys, we can help you do this without any kind of corruption problems, any kind of mistakes, because we have this all taken care of. So, you know, every time you go and talk to, you know, a Tokyo or a big corporation out of Japan, and Mori, You know, like we talk to Plaza Indonesia Group here. We can talk to all these guys, and when they want to come to Japan, come to Indonesia, we can really help them with their businesses here. You know, and what to do. Plus, we can work with their head offices to expand within to Japan as well. So I think it depends which market, because one's more mature and one's very new. But I still think, even in Japan, I think some of the big companies is probably not using location intelligence yet, and therefore the opportunity. Like, for example, Uniglo is using a global system, but it's not really set up for individuals to use. You need to hire GIS engineers to use it. So obviously nobody uses it. It's not client friendly. It's not for. So even though they have it in Uniglo in Jakarta in Vietnam, I've met the principals in both. They can't really use it because they don't really have the geospatial experience, right? So our product is not like that. Our product is geospatial, but it's like location intelligence. So, for example, I can use it. You know, you don't need to be a technology expert to use it. So the finance can use it. The business development can use it. So I think there's a huge potential in usable geospatial, because in the past, geospatial has been for governments and it's been for that kind of big, large corporations, but that's not really so useful to F&B, FMCG. So we've built, part of our software is helping with FMCG for SC Johnson in Indonesia, right? Do a billion, who is SC Johnson here. And basically, they were using Salesforce before for what they were doing, but what we can do is provide so much more with the data and everything. They didn't, I mean, this is a very established company in Indonesia, and they didn't even know that this kind of thing exists. So I still think there's potential in Japan as well, where we can help distribution companies and some. Again, I talked to Suntory here, who's partnered with, I think, Garuda. It's often they tell me, oh, we have to go through head office. We have to go through head office. It's much easier to deal with Dentsu to go to the head office, and it's much easier to deal with the Japanese partner companies to go to the head office. So, yeah, I think across Southeast Asia, across Asia, I think it's a huge growth sector. But from Vietnam and in Indonesia, you're going from zero, basically. You're going from nearly zero. If you look at the market, nearly all the clients we have never used geospatial before. So this was not a sell like maybe you have fighting on the price. When we start approaching clients here, we're not fighting on the price necessarily initially, whether they believe us or not. So it's to get the logos. So in Japan, I don't think it's the same. In Japan, it'll be about quality. They know it exists. It'll be about quality. It'll be about, can you deliver? You know what I mean? Whereas here, it was like telling people, oh, we can do this. And they were like, really? How come we don't know about this? So usually our sales here is giving a completely new idea to a company that's never used this before and enhancing what they use. In the case of SC Johnson, enhancing their distribution through our software, right? But again, when you look at Japan and Korea is another interesting place. Yes, that can happen, but also I think their global brands is very important. Having software that we can actually distribute, all these Japanese companies can use across Asia.
Thank you, Martin, for the insights. So, what do you think, Nokita-san, about that? Like, how do you predict that this type of solution it's going to be good for the 10 or 5 years across ASEAN?
Okay. Yeah, I'm very expressed by Mati-san's talking. So yeah. Some of things I want to mention. As for Asian market, like Indonesia or Malaysia, Thai, Philippines, I don't know, but some of the Asia now growing, the economy is growing, and also the population also maybe growing. So it means there's a lot of opportunity, not only Lokashi, but also some of the IT solution, because many tasks, doing by manual. So, as Mati-san say, geographic analysis is take long time and also need the technical knowledge or something. But if you use the locacy, that's important point is Matison said, very user friendly. So user can use easily, but the behind of the solution, there are a lot of technology and also big data. It's very helpful for user. So that's why I recommend. I want to recommend this solution for all customers. And also, as for Japan or some like mature country, as Madison said, yes, we have to approach another way. So, but in my understanding, of course, Japan's population is decreasing. So it means decreasing mean so the work person who can work is also decreasing. So it means they must use IT solution without manpower. So
yes.
yeah,
I didn't think about
so
I didn't think of
definitely,
that.
yeah, definitely there are some another opportunity in Japan market. So yeah, and previously we discussed there's not a similar solution in Japan. So maybe from now 10 years or 20 years, we have to explore.
20 years. I know you are a one company man, but 20 years, boss. We can't wait for 20 years.
Of course.
I need to IPO in Tokyo before 20 years, boss. You know?
Okay. Within a few years, yeah. Of course, I think as you said, like agile development, you improving your software day by day, maybe. So it's very good for the market. So because market growing or market requirements always change. So yeah, that's a very good approach for you and me, ourselves as well. Yeah, and so I have some question. Can I ask you a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go.
Okay. So one quick question. The Rokashi will use the satellite data or something, or it's like satellites always taking the photo from the universe.
Well, so, no, it's not like it's not like in that case. The telco data is kind of live, right? So that's based on the ping. The map is like, no, it's updated, but it's not. We buy the satellite on a like annual basis or something, right? We bought from. It's not obviously that would cost too much to have a live live every day. No, but we basically we update road networks and stuff using our own team, outsourcing, etc. But generally the overall map is like, we actually originally, I don't know if you know, MapFan used to be owned by Pioneer. We actually bought their business in Indonesia, actually. That's how we got the original map, and then they pulled out. But then we use other sources to update the map now, because we own our own map here, which actually is quite hassle. But when I go to Japan, I will not do that. I will be linking to MapFan, actually, because I think they do for Apple Maps. And I will, in Vietnam, I will link to Vietnam, because actually having your own map sounds very cool, but it's quite stressful to keep on paying for the updates, because we still need to update it, right? And our core business is the analytics, right? Because we can't really compete very easily for routing at the cost basis, because the cost is, tens. If I raise $20-30 million, I can, but our core business is analytics, decision, allowing companies to make better decisions.
Thank you. Understood. So one more question. I present in my presentation, we can connect Rokashi data and internal customer data. So I regret. I must learn before this session. But is it possible to map the customer data to the Rokashi? something
Yeah,
like
Sorry.
to the
to integrate the data.
if a customer has a list of the address,
Mhm.
is it mapped to the local sheets map?
I see.
To
So I think I would like
input.
to, I would like to answer that, Nokita-san. Yes, I do believe
Okay.
that on your presentation, it's also mostly covering on the use cases for the financial industries, right? Which I do believe that from our experience also, they are really comply with the security and others, right? And I think that is one of our unique selling point here at Bumi Varta Teknologi, because our solution can really be implemented onto their server actually. Therefore, when you're asking about integrating their internal data with our external data, which is location-based data, it is pretty much secure because it will be deployed onto their server as well. Therefore, I don't really think that any company could provide those type of solution. And sometimes they only selling a license, perhaps, for example, but we can really be implemented our solution onto their system. Therefore, the connection and integration between and internal and external data can be really be seamless, things like that. Sometimes I do believe
Okay.
that you get a lot of question like, oh, my internal data will be out from our server, what are you going to do with that? Things like that, right?
It depends what the company does, I guess, because we have apps which is linked to our software that the distribution people use for SC Johnson and ST Indonesia. We are linked to the POS as well. So it depends what the client's looking for. But yes, of course, client data can be integrated with our data. So if that's in a bank, it might be a security issue. So we put on, but that's all about where deployed, because we can use our software on premise or off premise. So that totally depends, like government as well. Our clients like BSSN, BPN, it's all goes on premise. And I think also with clients, I don't know about you guys, but with some of the system integrators, they're also looking to sell the cloud as well. So this can all be wrapped together however you want it to be. But the answer, can the data be integrated? Yes. If it's the security issues, no, because it will. If the company wants it on their premise, that's not a problem. It's not a problem. Just have to update it sometimes. That's it.
Okay. And this is okay. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, we have the way to connect customer data and local data. Yeah. Maybe many way to connect these data. So I think, I can help in future. Yeah. Thank you.
That's good.
All right.
So one last question from me, Nagita-san. How long have you been in Indonesia?
This January I came to Jakarta. Yeah, so already almost 11 months. Yes.
And where were you before? Directly from Tokyo?
Yes. Yeah. As I said, dedicated to my Dentsu Soken, over 20 years. I live in Japan by last year. So
is your office shared in Shiodome? Also in Shiodome, your office?
No, Dentsu is as you said, Dentsu is a Shiodome, but Dentsu Soken in Shinagawa.
Shinagawa.
That's Shinagawa. Yes, that's a south
Whereabouts?
of Tokyo.
Near the Prince Hotel. No, I know Shinagawa. I used to go.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's
because I lived in for a short time. I lived in Tamachi, which is on the Yamanote line, right? It's next two stations. I lived in Katarina. Katarina Mita Tower Suites, which is next to NEC actually. So NEC Tower, really next door. So I know the area quite well. So yeah.
Okay, familiar to you. Okay.
Yeah. So when we expand to Tokyo, we'll have to go together, introduce the product together.
Of course.
I can get some help as well from my own network, but you guys probably have a very good, organization there.
Yes.
How many people in Tokyo?
My company?
Yeah.
My company has over 2,000, include some of the subsidiary. 2,000.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. That's quite huge, right? Quite huge. Very interesting.
Yes.
Great. I look forward to working with you now in Indonesia and in Japan in the future.
Yes, please. Yeah.
All right. So I think we still have a few minutes left, and I do see there's a questions that we would like to ask to, I think, to Novita-san. Yeah. So this is coming from, it is coming from financial industries, by the way, from Bank Mega. Miss Gladia asking about most of banking or financial industry need to acquiring new customers, but the problem is due to PDP law in Indonesia. We cannot directly approach to the people except we have the personal contact of that. So how do you think that we can solve this issue based on your experience, especially with location intelligence approach? And how about another country like Vietnam or Japan? Or maybe onto this question that you could share about the terms in Japan, as you know of Kita-san, about like maybe SMS blasting or targeting like directly to the customers.
Okay, so thank you for asking this. My experience, actually, not a direct experience, but my understanding is, so nowadays, location campaign or something, people are now going out. So to find your product or solution in the certain site, that is very important, I think. So if you cannot directly to access to each customer, in that case, broadcasting way is the best to solve that issue. In that case, I'm not especially in the marketing or advertising, but my parent company, of course, Dentsu is a specialist for the marketing. I'd like to introduce them. But anyway, so maybe, connect to the local solution. So I think find the best price to show your product or service for the many person, and time, which time is best for your target age. That can easily find from the locacy. That's my answer.
It's interesting. Many people ask us, do we have the telephone numbers for the telco data? Can we approach them directly? I'm like, of course not. Even before PDP, right? It's not possible. So, it's just you've always got to look at the next. Obviously, the best thing is, it's like if you work in a private bank, the best thing is to have all the rich people's numbers given to you, right? But that doesn't work. So what do? You go to the restaurants and the bars where all the rich people go, right? That's how you do it, right? It's a, I've worked in finance. You go, if you're a sales guy, you go to the bank where you go to the bar where all the hedge fund managers are, or all the ultra high net worth people are. Obviously, you don't have their phone numbers until you go there. They're not available to all these people. So, but you can find out from the kind of people in that area, you can find your target client much better. Now, that's obviously much easier because people know where those people congregate. But it's the same story. It's exactly the same story. Of course, a bank cannot get the numbers of everybody. It's not realistic. But what's the next best solution? What can I do? Okay, well, if I know that this kind of people are at this place at this time of the day, that's where I need to be marketing. That's what I need to be doing. There's no point in complaining, why I can't get their numbers. That's just a fact of life. Of course, you can't get their numbers. But again, I think it works in every way of life, as I've just explained. If you know where the people are you need to talk to, and you go there, you will obviously have more success than if you sit on a street with no clients that you set up a booth in an area which has no potential target clients for you by just guessing, because you're not using the data available. With everything, you can only use what's actually available. Now, of course, the best solution is to have the telephone numbers, but it's not the solution anymore. It's not possible. The second best solution is using Locacy, and as you said, using the best possible tools that you have to create a solution. It's like with FMCG, people asking us like, about the sales of competitors in each store. Of course, we cannot provide the data of sales of clients. It's not realistic. They all say, oh, we want that data. Of course, you want that data. Everybody wants something they can't have. But the reality is, what can we do to make it better? Well, if we know that that your company is not currently covering these small stores or toko kelontong, and we know from telco data and SES data that the kind of people who are in that area and shopping in that shop are your target clients, obviously it's a lot better than just blindly, oh, I'll try here, I'll try there, let's try here, which, to be honest, I see in Indonesia a lot. They're just using like, oh, let's just try this, let's try this. You know, this is not sensible for the long-term business, you know, sitting on street corners. I still see it in Japan, though. This is interesting. When I was in Japan, I used to see people sitting on corners counting people all the time, you know, with the counting things, right? All the time in Japan. Now, I'm no expert. Now, I know I left Japan in 2012, but I don't understand why they still have people counting people when the telco data will actually tell you very clearly, tell you the kind of numbers of people in the area. You know, sometimes I think people is using outdated business processes, maybe for fear of losing their job. You know, I think something like this, yeah.
Yeah. Last part is very interesting. Of course, as you know, always Japanese.
Always counting people outside
counting
the station.
That business can change to local easily. And as an amateur marketing PSC, I come up with that question. So let's say near our office there is a broken. The broken recently, I think, recently the young people, a lot of young people come to the broken area. There are a lot of cafe or something. So in that case, if the person who actually question to me, so if you think selling financial product to the young person, you can find maybe by locacy, and you can reconfirm this broken area from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. There's a lot of age 20s come to the broken. If you confirm after that confirmation, you can of course set the poster for the product and set the QR code. Yeah, in that case, so make your potential customer find that poster. That is the solution. So, and after that, they access from the QR code. You can directly get the users access by throughout the QR. So like that. And also, if you if program has some of the digital signage, so digital signage maybe cost high compared to the paper advertising, maybe. So in that case, from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. only, this time frame, I will buy to advertise for our financial product. And of course, there's the QR code. That's very effective to sell your product. Like that. Yeah. That's my idea.
I think
that's a good idea.
I think out of office advertising. I think out of office advertising is very, very important. And I think I know everything's moved in a technological way, but I still think it has more value for me, to be honest. There's so many adverts on Facebook and stuff popping up. I kind of ignore them, but I think if you actually have an advert in the right location and the right people pass it every day, I do think there's more chance of you actually getting. I know people don't like this because everybody wants to go down the tech routes and tech marketing, but for me, getting all these constant messages through text and stuff like this, it doesn't really work because I just close it. But if I drive past the same thing every day, I think I'll walk past the same thing every day. And as you say, there's a way for me to contact directly from that. Yeah, I think it's a better way to build your business than, and if you know the right people are in the right place at the right time, you can actually see, and also you can test the results, right? You can check it, then test the results, and then if that works, it works, and if it doesn't, you try another algorithm, you try another way to make sure you perfect what you're trying to do.
Yeah. Great. All right. So I think we come to our time, and so thank you so much, Nokita-san and Martin, for the great insight. And I would like to summarize our discussion today. So I think we all agree that location data are very important on helping use cases, yeah, especially that being highlighted by Nokita-san in financial industries, as also mentioned before, for ATM expansions, branch analysis, campaign planning, and area mapping for potential customers. And BVT as a partners of Densu Soccer, not only providing the platform, rather also the data to support that use cases. And I think together we can help selecting ATM location to expand or even to close, sometimes even to relocate, right? And also optimizing bank and multi-finance branches by analyzing the market gap through data such demography, traffic data, POI, socioeconomic status, and many other data that can be implemented onto that. And I think not only limited to financial industries, together we can also help FMCG, retail, agriculture, fiber optic, property, and many others. And this type of solution, I think, can be really much implemented, yeah, across ASEAN, to help make a better business decision making with the help of the right partners, also, of course, like the group socket. And
Absolutely.
once again, thank you so much, Nokita-san and Martin, for the sharing and insight and
Thanks a
your
lot,
time.
guys.
It is very
Thank you.
interesting. So stay tuned for another session of GeoWeek tomorrow with also an interesting theme, data monetizations. And once again, thank you so much for everyone that are participating onto this event. I hope you gain more insight and also see you tomorrow and have a great day ahead. Once again, thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Thank
Cheers.
you.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Bye bye.
Cheers. Bye.